In the year 1976, after years of war and loss, Major Chong Neng Thao brought his family to a small Hmong village hidden high in the mountains of Laos. The guns had fallen quiet for a time, and many thought the war had ended. They were wrong. The village lay peaceful among the ridges, tucked between thick trees and winding dirt paths. Birds sang in the morning mist. The elders whispered prayers in the smoky air, while children chased each other barefoot across bamboo bridges. For a few short months, it felt like life might begin again. One warm morning, my mother gathered all of us children to head to the cornfield. We walked the winding trail together, carrying baskets on our backs. My two older sisters led the way, and I followed behind my younger brother. We worked through the day, picking corn and laughing under the sun. Then distant thunder cracked through the sky. It wasn't thunder. Gunfire erupted in the direction of the village. Seconds later came the low boom of artillery. Cannon shells fired into the hills where our home stood. Smoke began to rise like black ghosts above the trees. My mother froze, we all did. Without a word, she threw down her basket, her eyes full of fear. "Pack your bags," she said in a tight voice. "We have to go." We ran at first, we followed the trail back toward the village. But halfway there, something in my mother changed. She stopped cold and looked back toward the mountains. "No," she whispered, "we won't go back." We cut across. She led us off the trail into thick brush, cutting through tall grass and muddy paths until we reached a shallow creek hidden in the valley. We crouched beneath the trees, our breath quick and sharp. We waited there all afternoon, listening. My mother whispered for us to stay quiet. The forest felt tense, even the birds were silent. When the sun finally set and darkness blanketed the hills, my mother rose. "We have no food," she said. "We'll go back to the cornfield." She took my two older sisters and disappeared into the trees. Hours passed, my little brother cried in hunger. I could feel the cold water through my clothes. At last, my mother returned, carrying 2 sacks of fresh corn. She had risked everything for a meal. She boiled the corn in a small metal pot over a quiet fire. We sat near her, stomachs growling, eyes heavy. Then it happened. My little brother tripped over a thick log near the fire. The pot tipped, boiling water spilled down onto my mother's legs. She screamed, falling to the ground. The sound echoed through the woods. We rushed to her, panicked. Her legs were badly burned, red and blistering. She gasped for breath and gritted her teeth. "Go," she said to my sister, "cut a banana tree, bring the bark." We watched as my sister slashed down a banana plant and wrapped the soft pulp around our mother's wounds. It was all we could do. No doctors, no medicine, just forest remedies and prayers. We stayed in that creek valley for 2 more days. No one dared move. My mother could barely walk. We lived off corn and silence. Then one afternoon we heard footsteps, slow and deliberate, moving through the trees. My father, Major Chong Neng Thao, appeared from the foliage. He stood tall, his face hard from years of war. Eyes scanning till they found us. We ran to him, I came back. He said, embracing my mother carefully, when I didn't your footprints. He told us how he had traced our steps toward the village, hoping we had returned home. But as he neared the mountain trail, a snake lay across the path. Not slithering, not attacking, just lying still, staring. In Hmong belief, a snake like that was no accident. He stopped, sensing something was wrong. Then a bird flew directly across his path, squawking loudly in the forest. Signs like that are never ignored. It was the spirit of the woods, he said, his voice low. They warned me, told me not to go up the mountain. He had turned around, cutting across the jungle, and by chance, or by spirit, found us by the creek. I'll go back for the others, he said, for your stepmother, the rest of the family. Stay here, no matter what. Stay. We stayed. A few days later, cousins began to arrive, one after another, lost and scattered by the chaos. They too had found their way back to us. Somehow we were being pulled together, piece by piece. We were alive, but we weren't safe. Not yet. The war hadn't ended. It had only changed its shape.